You're in the produce aisle, picking up an apple that looks like it was plucked this morning. It's shiny, firm, and perfectly red. But what if I told you that apple has seen more birthdays than some of your pets? In 2026, fresh is a logistical achievement, not a timeline. From 14-month-old fruit to zombie vegetables kept alive by chemical gases, the grocery store is a high-tech illusion. Today, we're going behind the sliding glass doors to reveal the secrets the industry spends billions to hide, including the smart atmosphere sensors that delay cellular decay and the color-correcting LED arrays that make dying produce look vibrant under the fluorescent hum of the 2026 supermarket. 1. The Zombie Apple. 14 months of suspended animation. The biggest secret in the produce section is the age of your fruit. In 2026, Advanced Controlled Atmosphere (CA) storage has turned seasonal produce into a year-round commodity by essentially putting fruit into a chemical coma. The Oxygen Hack. Apples are stored in airtight warehouses where oxygen levels are dropped from the usual 21% down to a suffocating 1%. This stops the fruit's respiration, its version of breathing, preventing it from ripening or rotting. The birthday reality. It is common for a fresh apple on a supermarket shelf to have been harvested 12 to 14 months prior. While it remains crunchy thanks to these technologies, the nutritional profile, specifically vitamin C and antioxidant levels, degrades significantly over those months. You aren't eating a fresh harvest, you're eating a well-preserved relic. 2. Ethylene, the death hormone in the ripening room. Ever wonder why every banana in the store is the exact same shade of buttercup yellow? It's not nature, it's ethylene gas engineering. The ripening room. Most tropical fruits, bananas, avocados, mangoes, are picked green, rock-hard and flavorless, to survive the shipping process. Once they reach a local distribution center, they are placed in ripening rooms and blasted with ethylene gas, a natural plant hormone, to force them into a synchronized ripeness. The flavor trade-off. While ethylene changes the color and softens the texture, it cannot fully replicate the complex sugar development that happens when a fruit stays on the tree. This is why a supermarket tomato often looks perfect but tastes like watery cardboard. Its skin says ripe, but its internal chemistry is still stuck in green mode. 3. The mist of deception. Why they spray the veggies. That refreshing automated mist that sprays over the kale and carrots every 15 minutes isn't for the plant's health. It's for the store's bottom line. Weight is money. Produce is often sold by weight. The misting system adds water weight to leafy greens, meaning you pay more for a bunch of wet cilantro than a dry one. The rot paradox. While the water makes the vegetables look crisp and vibrant, it actually accelerates rot by trapped moisture. The water creates a breeding ground for bacteria and mold, meaning the very thing that makes the food look fresh in the store is what makes it turn into slime in your fridge 2 days later. 4. Lighting alchemy. The Pantone 12-0752 secret. Supermarkets use specialized LED spectral tuning to manipulate how you perceive the color of food. This is the visual equivalent of photoshopping your dinner in real time. Meat and seafood. In the meat department, lights are often filtered with pink or red tones to make beef look bloody and fresh. In the seafood section, cool blue lights make white fish look brighter and icy. The banana study. Industry research has found that consumers are most likely to buy bananas when they match Pantone 12-0752 Buttercup. If the lights make the bananas look a slightly different shade, sales plummet. Stores literally paint the produce with light to meet your psychological expectations. 5. The prepared food recycle loop. The freshly prepared deli counter is often the graveyard for the produce section's failures. This is a strategy called shrink management. The second life. When a bell pepper gets too wrinkled to sell or a rotisserie chicken hits its display limit, they don't go in the trash. They go to the back, where they are chopped up for fresh salsa, pre-made pasta salads, or chicken pot pies. The salt mask. To hide the fact that the ingredients are past their prime, these prepared foods are often loaded with extra sodium and seasonings, masking the slightly duller flavors of recycled produce. This closed-loop processing maximizes profit by converting potential waste into convenience items, effectively selling you the store's oldest inventory at a premium price point under the guise of daily, handcrafted preparation in 2026. 6. 2026 tech, this smart shelf and gaze detection. By 2026, stores are using biometric sensors to determine exactly when a product is losing its visual appeal and adjust pricing instantly to move it before it visibly rots. Dynamic freshness pricing. Digital price tags can now drop the price of a bag of spinach by 5% every hour it sits on the shelf. The goal is to ensure the oldest stock moves first, a process known as FIFO, first expired, first out. Gaze tracking. Hidden cameras in the shelving units track which items you look at but don't buy. If the AI detects that shoppers are rejecting a batch of strawberries because they look dull, it triggers an alert to the staff to rotate the stock or adjust the overhead lighting to hide the imperfections. These automated systems create a perception loop where the store's infrastructure dynamically masks organic decay with high-tech visual corrections and real-time discounts, tricking your brain into seeing freshness where only clever logistics and optical manipulation actually exist in 2026. The verdict: how to find actual freshness. In an era of industrial illusions, you have to look for the ugly truths. Follow the season. If you're buying strawberries in January, they aren't fresh. They're high-mileage travelers that have likely spent weeks in carbon dioxide-flushed shipping containers. A look for the Julian date. Check the small codes on pre-packaged salads. A lower number means it was packed earlier in the year, revealing the true age behind the sell-by marketing. Shake the greens. If you buy misted vegetables, shake off the excess water before bagging them to save money and prevent home rot. In 2026, finding authentic nutrition requires becoming a supply chain skeptic. Beyond the calendar, you must also interrogate the country of origin, cool labels, which are often hidden in the smallest possible typeface. If your fresh asparagus traveled 3,000 miles to reach your plate, it has lost nearly 50% of its vitamin C during the transit. Furthermore, avoid perfection. Industrial agriculture uses cosmetic grading algorithms to discard produce that isn't aesthetically flawless, but slightly scarred or oddly shaped fruit often contains higher concentrations of polyphenol, the plant's natural defense mechanisms. By choosing the imperfect bin and shopping according to the phytochemical peak of the local season, you bypass the chemical coma of the zombie aisles and reclaim the actual health benefits that industrial branding only pretends to offer.